Hello, viewers. It's Cynthia Michael from Screen Review, bringing you my 571 podcast. This is my 571 podcast. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to breathe too hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain certain adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain certain adult language. If you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that means you get to watch this audio podcast recording. That means you get to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into the topic. Oh my God! Young Justice has finished its fourth season on HBO Max. So basically, I gotta say they did a good job. I really think that they did an excellent job. I know that a lot of people's opinion of the show is kind of mixed with the season, but I say they did a good job, and especially dealing with topics about mental health, showing the stress on how showing the stress of mental health that superheroes go through. Even some of the villains, a few villains dealing with the issues that kind of led them to mental health. So basically, I feel like this was a pretty good season. So basically, I got nothing bad to say about this season. They did a good job. The showrunners of Young Justice did a good job. Never, about narrating the whole about the seriousness of mental health. It can affect everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a villain or a superhero or just an average person. People do go through mental health issues. People do have stresses, and also this. Not only did this show touch on touch on mental health, and also touch on accepting changes and how to deal with losses, how to deal also how to deal with the mental health users. Sometimes, our people chooses to deal with their own personal issues by themselves. Some get help, but so basically, this whole season is good. And also the big shock at the end is we thought at the fourth season, we finally got to see Supergirl debut at the fourth season. So basically, everybody was wondering, what Supergirl wasn't Supergirl with the team for in the beginning. No, Supergirl was not with the Young Justice team during the whole start of the whole Young Justice series, She was not. This is the first time we see Supergirl debut in the Young Justice show. So a lot of people were those of you wondering oh shit, Supergirl turned she turned, wasn't Supergirl with the Young Justice team or in the series this whole time? No, this is the first debut of Supergirl. So basically, Supergirl was stuck in the Phantom Zone this whole time during the whole course of the Young Justice series. So basically, I hope as of right now, the showrunners are not sure if Young Justice is going to get a season 5. So basically, right now, it's still up in the air. Is HBO Max wants to do a season 5 of Young Justice. So basically, they did. After seeing this season, I know a lot of people's opinion was mixed about this season, but everybody agreed they did a good job with this season. So basically, I'm hoping that HBO Max does renew Young Justice for season 5. No, there's no doubt in my mind, but how things go, sometimes, with this whole, but as of right now, it seems like, ever since Warner Brothers, got this new merger with Discovery, they've been, checking out everything they've been trying to get things ordered on DC side. So basically, I'm hoping that, hoping that things, I hope that Young Justice does get a season 5, all that. So anyway, honestly, I got nothing bad to say about the series. We finally get the debut of Supergirl. We got to see one of Kazan's, his sisters, one of his sisters debut as well. We got some follow-up on some other characters. But the only thing I wish to like to see get a follow-up was, what happened? I wonder how Bumblebee's baby is doing after Bumblebee rearranged her own baby's DNA in season 3. So basically, I was hoping to get that follow-up because we haven't seen Bumblebee. We haven't seen Bumblebee since season 3. When save her baby, did to open, did to internal heart surgery to save her baby's life, and he took the liberty of basically, took the opportunity, took the opportunity to rearrange her own child's DNA. So basically, I was hoping that this season would follow that, but hoping that hoping that season 5, we finally get some follow up on Bumblebee's baby and see how. We see how Bumblebee's baby doing, after, Bumblebee rearranged her own infant's DNA. But anyway, besides that, this was a good season. So basically, I really liked the story arc. I really liked that the heroes had to go, had to deal with all the stress and whatnot. And also, I really liked the whole wedding scene with Miss Boston and Superboy. So basically, they did a good job. So basically, I'm hoping and praying that that HBO Max will give Young Justice a season 5 because it's not yet the show it's not yet guaranteed because HBO Warner Brothers is going through this new merger now with Discovery, so basically they're starting to get everything in check on the DC side, so basically we just have to hope and pray that that they will they will do a season 5 of Young Justice. So anyway, that's all I have to say. What do you guys think? Think about this. Anyway, so one.